Over the top with Chad and Tony, talking about movies and wrestling. Hot mic chance, Georgia team hating on me. Gene, BJ the DJ keeps the party going. Brandon E brings the heat. We don't know how to speak. Running wild on you, brother. We're over the top. Rocking it back to the vintage scene. Thursdays at 7 p.m. Central. With epic thumbnails from the Viz. It's a must-see. Gonna bring you the best. Legends you remember from the ring and silver screen. We're over the top. Get ready for a good time.
Bow! What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Chad Arms, a.k.a. Chatty Bobby. All up, buddy.
Let me check my pulse right quick. I think my arm's going numb from a slight heart attack. Hello, everyone. My name is Tony, a.k.a. Friday the 14th. I forgot how to do this.
Yep, BPM is 150. I'm Hot Mike Chance.
And I would be the Ray Jackson of the Fab Five. It's BJ the DJ.
I guess I'll be the Randy Jackson of the group, a.k.a. Token Boy, a.k.a. Be Easy.
The boys are back in town. Easy. He said the token guy.
What token guy would that be?
Token some Showbiz Pizza,
Showbiz Pizza, dude. Shout out. This episode 99. Shout out Warren Sapp. Episode 99 is unofficially sponsored by Showbiz Pizza and Shasta Soda.
Give it to me.
Yes.
Give it to me.
This episode for the 99, y'all. It's the 99.
We got the Fab Five at the table again. It's been a minute since we've done this all together. I would look it up, but I'm not going to. It's been a minute.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
It'll be a waste of time doing that.
Yes. We'll just say it's been a minute.
It's been a while.
Get it. Get it.
We know you get that in there. We're waiting on that Greyheaded Goat Volume 85.
Yep.
Patiently waiting
I
on
already
it.
pre-ordered it. I pre-ordered it.
It's coming. It's coming, y'all.
So, boys, how y'all been?
Oh, man.
Hey, life is just Georgia Peachy.
That's what I'm talking about.
You know?
What about you, Mr. BJ?
Busy.
I like it.
Wedding season. Well, DJing has no off season anymore.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, we've learned that.
Just busy.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Last week we covered just quickly what y'all's thoughts on Raw on Netflix. We covered that last week. Y'all weren't here for it. What y'all's quick thoughts on it?
I like where things don't cut out so often anymore. There's a whole lot. They're letting a whole lot of things go as far as language goes, and so you don't have someone cutting a fire promo and all of a sudden it cuts out because the crowd's chanting something. So the censorship part of it, I really, really like. I mean, the storyline wise, there's been a few things I've just been kind of like, why are they doing that? Penta's debut was dope. I think he's going to be a force. I think it's going to be big what they do with him. And but you're on Raw on Netflix and you got your Intercontinental Champion sitting in the crowd instead of competing. So a lot of things that they're doing, I get it, but a lot of things they're not doing, I'm just like, what is the point here?
Yeah.
Like they got you here, so like use them. So and they.
I knew this was going to be brought up. We had to bring this up.
Hulk Hogan. It just goes to show that they lean on the wrong things too often. It's like we talked about the DX reunions.
Yeah.
Way too many times. Tired of seeing it. Hogan, go away. Just go. Like your time is past. You've been wrestling since 1978. It's time to leave. Nobody wanted to see you there. Nobody wanted for you to promote your little beer. You wasn't even there for Raw. You was there to promote your beer, and nobody cared about it. So, y'all.
I don't think Netflix knew the climate of of anything with that when
It's
bringing
just
him out
everyone's tired of Hogan's shit, man. They're tired of the lies. They're tired of everything. They're just sick of it. Like,
But you got to think, though, every other time they brought Hulk Hogan out, he's got popped. So
Yeah.
they just assumed he was going to
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then Netflix, and I'm sure Netflix is oblivious to what kind of crowd reaction he would get coming out.
Well, I'm
there.
sure they just did whatever WWE execs were like suggesting. I'm sure they had to agree on it, but I'm sure they were fine. They were
Like they were saying though, like why would we choose Hogan's beer over Austin's beer if we're going to
Right.
choose a
Yeah,
beer?
exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
He's never drank a beer ever on camera or talked
Yeah.
about beer or
Yeah.
anything
Meanwhile,
ever.
Austin's had a beer
and
for years.
for the last 6 or 7 months, all you've heard from Hogan has been his walk with Jesus and his faith, and he's put it on display. And all of a sudden, you come out promoting a beer. Like nobody. Everyone's tired of Hogan's. It's not going to work, brother.
He should have came out with some vitamins. That would
Some vitamins. That would have made more sense, right?
Well,
Yeah,
in classic Hogan fashion too, he gets booed, and then you go back to try to watch Netflix episode, and it mysteriously has disappeared from the episode. That won't work for me, brother. Him getting booed is not even in the.
Next time he shouldn't bring Jimmy Hart. I'm sticking.
Man,
I
that's
will
what-
say
I
they
know
were
you
booing
keep saying
Jimmy.
that, but Jimmy Hart is what kept him from getting shit thrown
Yes.
at him.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Yeah.
And I'll
Yeah.
say this one thing that looked kind of awkward. Like, obviously, there's probably a walker sitting inside gorilla position for Hogan.
Oh, yeah.
Clearly, he can't
was
walk
bad.
good.
Yeah,
So having him from the floor cut that promo looked stupid to me. That's where the ramp comes into play and being elevated above the crowd, so it looks better overall. But I think that the entrance is dope, how they do it. But when you have moments like that, I would have just much rather seen a backstage segment as opposed to him try to walk out.
It would have probably, it would have been better for TV. If
Or
he
have
was,
somebody, ride him down on a like a cart or something
He
to the
should've went
ring
on
and then do it
Taker's
after.
Harley, man.
Yeah,
Pride
right
for
down
that.
there with Taker on the
Too
back of
much
the
pride
Harley.
for that.
Right.
I keep it short for mine. The only things that I really enjoy, and only things I enjoy, but the things that I've enjoyed the most, it just looks like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little cleaner, a little sleeker.
Yep.
I like that, and I like the shorter times.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
2.5.
I can't sit around and watch 3 hours. of
No,
stuff.
the 2.5 hour time, and it's right on it. And
The
they
drone shots are dope too.
Yeah, I
like
love the drone.
It's
I
just a
love
breath
the
of
drone.
fresh air. It looks good.
Yeah.
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 But this episode, we're going to do another wrestling episode this week, and we're going into full on booking mode right here.
do it.
We're booking our wrestling dream matches for this one.
We're gonna be the Bucka.
La Booker man.
We'll throw it out there to HMC for his first, because we know a common theme that's going to probably come out of Champion's matches here. So you throw us one out there, Slick. See if I had one on there.
I'm going to bounce off Saturday night main event and go with one that just popped into my head while I was watching Jacob Fatu wrestle, and that's Jacob Fatu versus Bam Bam Bigelow.
Oh man, that's a good.
cool one.
I like that.
I was sitting there watching like, man, they would have thrown down because they're both big guys that can move.
Man, he's been great since he started, Jacob
Yeah.
Fatu. Everyone knew what he was capable of doing. But this man just made himself a superstar, like with one promo in one match. Like came out. Clearly, they've kept a leash on this guy for months, and all of a sudden he comes out, cuts his fire promo, goes in the ring, beats the mess out of Braun Strowman, and all of a sudden he's made.
Oh,
he is made.
He's been doing it though. If you
Yes.
go back and watch MLW, man.
Oh yeah,
Oh, he was off the
Jacob
chain.
Fatu.
he's that guy.
He's the truth, man. My only thing, I love that they slow build him.
Yeah.
But that was still only his second match. He's
I know.
been on there for almost a year.
That's
and then they
crazy.
Made the second match a
Yeah.
disqualification, though.
That's crazy.
Like, he's the real deal. Let's just go ahead. I wish they wouldn't have had him start off with his first run without Solo with Braun, because Braun's such a big attraction.
Oh, yeah.
They should have let it be like a slow build, couple smaller dudes.
Because then
first.
you hurt Braun in the
I
process.
know,
You hurt him.
But like they said, I was watching something kind of like, Big Show kind of did the same thing for Braun. Braun's kind of doing the same thing
Yeah.
for Jacob.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of cool. Dope dream match right there, dude.
Yeah.
I'll see your Bam Bam.
Yeah.
Because I think that's a great match. I actually had Jacob Fatu versus Cactus Jack.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
another
good
man,
one.
that's
I
another
mean,
good
they
one.
would beat the mess out of each other,
Yeah.
dude. And I'm talking about peak ECW, like New Japan style
Yeah.
Cactus Jack, like not WCW watered down Cactus Jack. I'm talking like
Terry Funk and Cactus Jack.
I actually originally had Jacob Fatu versus Funk, and I was like, nah, I'd rather see him with Cactus Jack. So.
Yeah, both of those are good ones matchups for him.
I mean, I'm just going to just because.
No,
Before
you
I
go.
see this, do either one of y'all have a Jacob Fatu dream match?
No, I don't.
Because I do. Too.
Go ahead, you throw another one off there.
I got Jacob Fatu versus Haku.
That'd be
That's
No, all three of those. Wow.
I mean, just beat the fire out of each other, and neither one of them will be hurt at the end.
No.
That's the crazy
Yeah.
part.
No,
Yeah.
that's a great call.
All right, it's like riding a bike right there.
Let's go to the bar now.
The referee's in worse shape than they are.
Man, that's three. Okay,
Like, you can't tell we're Jacob Fatu fans at this table.
Oh, he's great. He's great.
Okay, I'll come off with something totally different here for the build up to this one because both of them are talkers. I'd go Mr. Perfect versus John Cena in a match.
Okay.
Just the build up to that one would be great, and just it'd be a barn burner in the ring.
I have a dream match for Perfect, but it wasn't Cena, and I don't know why that didn't cross my mind because it would have been. You're right. They would have.
That was a good.
It would have been awesome to see. I actually have Mr. Perfect and L.A. Knight. I try to find a way to blend the new and the old.
Yeah.
Yeah, L.A. Knight, Mr. Perfect, I think would have been a great match clinically, but I also feel like they could have talked that match up.
LA Knight's promo work is
He's great.
A+, man.
Yeah, he's great.
My dream match for Perfect would be Mr. Perfect, Dolph Ziggler.
Oh my
Oh
god.
yeah, that's a great one.
Yes,
too.
sir.
I felt like Dolph Ziggler was just Mr. Perfect.
Absolutely.
He just turned up a little bit more.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a good call.
He's one of the best sellers in the business.
100%.
Yeah.
Like,
And he can
100%.
talk, and he's arrogant as fuck. That would have been that one, and another one that I was thinking about too that I thought would be really dope is Prime Brian Pillman and AJ Styles.
Oh
yeah.
man,
Really
and
good.
I had a Brian Pillman one too. I had Prime Brian Pillman versus Seth Rollins.
I had Mr. Perfect versus Seth Rollins.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man.
but yeah, Prime Brian Pillman. I mean, you could put him. Man, if
Yeah,
you set
Brian.
him into this era right now, he'd be a superstar.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was way before his time.
Yeah.
So we all got a Seth Rollins dream match then.
I don't have a.
You don't?
No, I don't have a Seth
I do.
Rollins.
That's Randy Savage versus Seth Rollins.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They both wear the extravagant outfits. They both can go
Yep.
an hour in the ring. They're both good promos.
Yep.
Oh my God, that would be dope.
Yep.
I'm just saying.
And that, honestly, it makes what I have for Macho Man mediocre in a sense because I have Macho Man versus CM Punk.
I had that one as well.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I had that one- had
But
that
I
one
think
as
him
well.
and Rollins, it would be, oh man, it's to me. I look at like the Macho Man versus Steamboat match,
Yeah.
and him and Rollins would kill it. They would tear it down. So yeah,
Absolutely.
Well, I think I had
Yeah,
CM Punk and,
Yeah.
Macho
Macho Man,
Man
Yeah.
as well. It'd just be a technical. It'd
Oh
just be
man,
I think the promo, like,
Oh yeah, and
leading
the
up
build,
to that
the
stuff.
build
oh
up.
my
That's
God,
what I'm
dude.
thinking too. Is the build up to that match and everything with the promo works from both guys.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Any
I mean,
one
I
of
think Rollins can talk up any match. I
really-
think he's
yeah.
one of the best talkers
I think
out
he's
there
one of the
right
best
now.
wrestlers.
Yes,
Period.
I agree.
I love Seth Rollins.
Macho Man, I think some of his promo work was a little off the wall, but that was part of his character. That was
Yeah.
part of who he was. But Rollins, he can hang up there with anybody and talk.
100%.
So
I think a cool dream match for like tag team with me would be the Hardy Boys and the Rockers.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
That'd be a cool,
yes.
like,
I didn't even
old
think of
school, new
I
school
didn't even
tag
put
team.
Dude,
it.
I did need to, and I marinated over and over on a good dream match. I could not come up with a good tag team dream match. You just killed that, dude.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
Like 1989-90
Yeah.
Rockers versus 99-2000
Yeah.
Hardy Boys would be fucking.
Oh man, that would be
Crazy.
that would burn the house down.
I actually had an easier time coming up with tag team dream matches than I did anything. I've got one here that we were robbed of in TNA. It should have happened, but one of the guys got hurt while they were in Puerto Rico. I've got Dudleys versus Steiners.
Oh, yeah.
It was supposed to happen because I remember the promo where the Dudleys came out and they had their case and they put out all the titles that they had won. And they were like, they laid them all on the line. Said, we'll throw all these on the line. And then Scotty Steiner was talking about you guys said you were WCW champions. We never saw you in the building, So it was like the promo work was on fire. And then he
I
goes
missed that.
and gets hurt, and he gets hurt in Puerto Rico, and he got a staph infection and almost died.
Which one was it?
TNA.
Who got hurt?
Scott.
Oh, Scott.
Yeah. So he had this long cut where he had got like a staph infection or something.
Dang, that's crazy.
But we got so what happened was the match went on, but it was Rick and Road Warrior Hawk as opposed to Scott. So
Gotcha.
yeah, we got robbed of that match. Should have had. it.
That's a killer one right there.
Yeah.
What you got, HBK?
And I'm just gonna throw out my dream match of all dream matches.
Yeah.
HBK versus CM Punk. That's that. I think that one.
that never
would-
happened?
One. No.
No,
It didn't happen in
I
like.
thought it happened in like 2009. It didn't, though, did it?
I don't think
recall
so.
it. I never recalled them ever.
No.
Really?
match.
They
Maybe not.
teamed during Survivor Series or something, but they never
Did it?
I
wrestled.
don't think they
Yeah,
ever
I
had a
think so.
match though.
Yeah.
No.
Wow.
If it did, it wasn't worth.
What
any
era
build-up.
Punk though? Like an era Michaels, which
97
Yeah. Well,
Prime.
that's the
yeah,
best.
yeah. I think
97.
97,
Shawn Michaels is probably
97,
the greatest
and
wrestler of all time, probably.
when did CM Punk wrestle John Cena Money in the Bank? That was like
So what, what's it, 2010?
2010, 11.
2010.
right around there.
Yeah.
Coming
He
in
was at his
Chicago.
best.
Yeah.
I want to say it was
One of
2010,
the best
2011.
pops ever in wrestling.
He was at his best for sure at that time.
Yep.
I'll piggyback off of Shawn Michaels one from you. I'll go. I don't think they ever wrestled, but Shawn Michaels versus Eddie Guerrero.
Yep.
They never wrestled?
I don't think so. I seen that one. I seen that one on
They never
couple of
wrestled.
years.
Wow.
Yeah,
That would have been a banger. My God, that would have been good. Good call right there.
I think WCW Eddie Cruiserweight
Eddie
and
Guerrero?
and Intercontinental title Shawn Michaels. I
I mean, I even think Radical's Eddie Guerrero could probably.
Yeah.
Any Eddie
Yeah.
Guerrero.
Eddie Guerrero, any
Eddie Guerrero and
Yeah.
any Shawn Michaels would be a banger.
it don't matter.
My
Yeah.
HP Shizzle dream match would be with him in the phenomenal one.
Yeah,
AJ
That's
Styles.
what I got. That's exactly what I
okay.
got. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oops.
too.
Okay, we all have one of those.
That's an ultimate dream. I knew somebody else would probably bring that one up, but that's
I know-
the ultimate.
But I know a
dream
lot of
match.
people talk about him and like Brian Danielson
Yep.
going at it. That would
That's
be a dope
another
one.
one. I had
But
that
AJ,
one.
I think AJ's great, man. I think he's got to be discussed in the
I've
best
got
of
my
all
Daniel
time.
Bryan dream match too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who
you ready
you
for
get?
it?
Yeah.
Bret Hart, Daniel Bryan.
Oh yes, yes, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude, that would be so good.
You know, my all-time dream match is another one we got robbed of, and I'll say it: it's Sting and Taker.
I purposely left
yeah.
that off. I knew
Sting
somebody
and
would have
Taker,
it. I
man.
think that's
I just-
the biggest dream match of all time.
That is the
Yeah.
biggest fumble. WWE dropped the ball. They had, even if the match was 8 minutes long, who cares?
They needed longer. The theatrics of it all
Yeah.
would have made
But
it
the
longer.
build
than that,
up
though.
to it would have been
Yeah.
phenomenal. You've got the
Yeah.
darkness. I actually have a couple that for Sting. I think WWE really missed an opportunity with Sting when they had him. I got Sting versus Bray Wyatt.
Yep.
I think that would have been incredible. You got Sting and Kane. You could have went.
I had Sting versus
You
Bray
could have
Wyatt
just
too.
had that. Like
Yeah.
I don't know why they didn't just go forward with it and
Yeah.
just let it happen. There was no reason for Sting to challenge for the WWE title. Nope.
We
no
love
reason.
Seth, as you can clearly tell everybody. We love Seth Rollins, but the Seth Rollins Sting match didn't make any sense.
It
It
didn't
didn't
make
make
no
any
sense.
sense at all.
No.
At all.
Right, all he knew was hurt Sting.
Yeah.
Exactly,
And it wasn't intentional, but
No.
I'll tell you, and this is a random one, but I always have said this, and I think it would be a badass match. And whatever those hardcore rules they used to go by, Kane and Abyss.
yeah.
Oh
yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, yes.
Kane and Abyss.
yes,
you know when
yeah.
Abyss used to do those matches, the death,
Oh,
whatever
God,
they called
yeah,
them.
he was crazy.
I think Kane and because that's all Abyss was just Kane and the
Yep.
TNA.
I thought he was.
But I
thought he was
actually like his character better.
Mankind.
Right.
Yeah.
He's
Either
like
way.
a blend. He's like a hybrid of both.
He had the size of like.
But
Yeah,
by
he had
the-
the size of Kane.
But
yeah.
by the time
Yeah.
that if he would have came to WWE when TNA had started, failing miserably, then it wouldn't have made sense for him to go against Mankind because Foley was somebody completely different at that point.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Kane could still go. at
yeah,
that.
yeah, I think Kane and
Now he's
like Mass
Abyss would be-
Kane,
yeah.
like
Yes.
99
Yeah.
Kane, and then like 2005 Abyss.
That's
That-
a
that-
major banger
that's
right
a-
there.
That would be
That's a good
dope.
call.
For sure.
How about a little triple threat action?
Uh-oh.
A little triple threat action.
Uh-oh.
Let's do Cody Rhodes, Dustin Rhodes, and Dusty Rhodes.
Oh.
Yep.
Who wins that?
Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah, Dusty ain't not
Who
going to
wins
go
that
over.
match?
I'll tell you who wins. The Rhodes family because they're all gonna go to the pay window, baby.
Book it.
Though, I'll just say this though. Ooh, they're all three really, really good. Mm-hmm. Cody Rhodes is really, really, really.
He is.
Cody's the
really
man.
good. He's really proved to me how good he is.
But look at
All
Gold,
around.
look at Gold
Yeah,
Dust.
he's so good.
Look what Dustin did with every shitty
Yes.
character he ever was
Yes,
Yeah.
dude, he's still cutting fire promos.
Yes.
Dude, he cut a promo last week to Jeff Jarrett
Mm-hmm.
about MJF, and I can tell it was off the top of his dome.
Yep.
And it was real.
Unbelievable.
And it was incredible.
I
Y'all need to
hope-
check that out if y'all
I
haven't
lo-
seen that.
given. I would love for them to put the NWA title on him, just so all three of them can say they held it.
Yep.
I just would
Yeah, that's
love
cool.
that because I think also he can help that promotion.
Mm-hmm.
He could go over there and he could do great work, I think, and then come back to WWE, get your Hall of Fame induction. and
Right
just-
off into the sunset.
right
He
off
just
into
signed a new
sunset.
deal with AEW.
I know.
Yep.
Yep.
And he
But I
deserves
don't
it.
see Cody going anywhere for a while, so there's
Yeah,
still
he
time
ain't
for
going
it.
nowhere. He's the golden boy right now.
This one sounds a little. It may sound a little weird, but I was thinking about when I started thinking about Dusty Rhodes in dream matches. I would have loved to see Dusty Rhodes and Kevin Owens.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that would have been a banger, dude.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
because
Promo
of their,
work.
their
Promo
promos
Yeah.
and how much of a heel Kevin Owens can be and how babyface Dusty Rhodes was.
Oh, perfect.
I think that they're both big dudes that
Yeah.
are agile. I think that would be a really
that can absolutely
that'd be a cool
go.
match, yeah.
Good call, man.
As far as like a wrestler with size, just no like stick guy and muscle guy, Kevin Owens is about the best that's done.
Yeah.
And I've
Without
liked
a
him
doubt.
since Kevin Steen. Like I've
Yeah.
always liked him. He's
And
just
when he's
dope,
a
man.
heel, you despise him as a heel.
I like him. But I mean, yeah, he's just good.
He's great as a heel.
Yeah.
He does everything you're supposed to. I like him most as a heel.
I do too.
He's just so
'cause
good,
He gets
man.
it. He loves it.
Yeah,
I mean-
he's always played that in between role
Mm-hmm.
really good. Even when he, like when he came out, he was helping Sammy with the bloodline
Yeah.
stuff. He was supposed to be a heel, but he was kind of playing the face, and
Mm-hmm.
he became a face because of his association. He's always played that in between role really
Yeah,
good.
he's
he's
great.
like the Big Show.
I wouldn't
But-
trust
but
him for
better.
nothing.
But better.
Speaking of Big Show, I actually have Big Show versus Andre. I'm
Yep.
sure.
Me too.
Yeah, the Giants going it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
And I'm
it'd
talking.
be
I'm
something
not
to see
talking
in
like.
the ring.
I'm not talking WCW Big Show. I'm talking WWE Big Show in his prime, bald head,
Andre in
the
his
knockout
prime.
punch, Andre in his punch.
I mean,
Yeah,
you're
because-
talking about the skyscraper. I mean, that's
Yes.
two monstrous men.
Can you
It's
imagine
gonna be
them
a
two?
fast, man. It's gonna be real fast.
So much technical prowess out there.
There's going
Lot
to
of
see some
leading.
heavy
Yeah,
chops.
a lot of leading.
That's
Worst
definitely-
promos ever leading up to that.
Big Show.
All you need is Bobby Heenan
And Giant Gonzalez.
All you need is
He's
Bobby
terrible.
Heenan and Paul Heyman to be the mouthpieces for that. Can you imagine that match plus them two as
Okay,
managers?
that's so random you say that. And I can show you my list because I was gonna say at the very end of this, the icing on the cake of any of these dream matches was having Heenan and Heyman on the announcer
Oh
table.
man, that would be great.
Them two announcing any of these matches.
Yeah.
would be.
That would be
call.
great.
I literally have that on here.
That would be
That's
great.
great.
On
I
that
agree.
card, for the entertainment, we're gonna have to have Yo Baby, Yo Baby, Yo.
Rap battle.
PN News.
PN News
In a rap
News,
battle.
dude.
versus Man Mountain Rock.
That's a dream match.
PN
Yeah,
News
that's a
versus
nightmare.
John Cena. PN,
I almost
PN
put that out there to be seen. Or live Cena.
Word life.
freestyle battle and then a
Now
wrestling
I
match.
do got like Cena though, like major hustle, loyalty, respect.
Yeah.
That guy versus Surfer Sting is a dream match.
Oh,
Surfer
that's a
Sting?
great one,
My-
too. Yeah.
my-
I mean,
yeah, my dream match for Cena would be Cena and like 94, 95 Razor.
Yeah.
94 Razor Ramon.
Yeah.
Oh, they could work. That could
Like
work.
the the Intercontinental, like Razor Ramon, and then like Cena probably 05, 06.
Super Cena.
Yeah,
Super Cena.
Oh, Super Cena.
that'd be a dope one.
Let me talk about my boy here. Let's go back to Bray. The psychological part of Bray. I got him in a dream match with Jake the Snake Roberts.
Yeah.
Good call.
Gosh,
Good
oh
call.
gosh, yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
I mean, the promos I'd be more hype about than the actual match because there's both so good at promos.
Yeah.
that would be awesome. Right?
But it would be a very slow match in
Yeah.
a sense, like a lot of strategic moves. I mean, I think it would be a
But
great.
the build up to that would be
Yeah.
well. I'll bounce one. I had the Fiend versus the Demon Finn Balor. And just
I thought that was supposed to happen at one point and it didn't.
yeah,
it was supposed to.
it was.
Yeah.
And I just like
It got called
the
off 'cause,
entrances would probably be better than the match would be.
Yeah, Bray got sick or something like that.
So it was supposed to
Yeah,
happen.
it was a match that was announced and everything. It was like I think it was Survivor Series or something like that.
It's been a while since we had the Demon Finn back.
Yeah, I hope he comes back
I
soon.
hope he comes back too. He's so underrated.
I just saw they moved Damian Priest to SmackDown.
Yep.
So it looks
Yeah.
like that faction's
finally,
gone.
and that feud needed to be over.
Got another one for his chance. Another Shawn Michaels one.
I think I didn't add as many as I wanted to with Shawn Michaels because I didn't want it to dominate. But
It's all
I do have a Cody Rhodes one. Cody Rhodes versus the Great Muta.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh.
That's like an old school match right
Because
there.
Muta's wrestled Dustin and Dusty.
Wow.
And if he wrestled Cody Rhodes,
That's
that'd
fire.
be-
That's
yeah.
a fire connection there too.
Yep.
I like
Yeah.
Look
that.
at you, man.
I think Muda and the new Shinsuke. would
Yeah.
be good.
That's what I had. I had
Ooh.
Muda and
Ooh.
Nakamura. Yeah. The new one.
The new Nakamura. Yeah,
Yes.
he's fire.
Nukamura.
Oh, right on time.
That boy got them bars. Call them payday.
Got them balls, baby.
I think I still got it this year. Huh?
I'll throw an old school one out here. Owen Hart versus Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
That
I
never
never
happened?
thought about that.
That never happened. Wow.
Especially
No, Jericho came in 2000.
You talking about the Black
Owen
Hawk
died
versus the
99.
Lion Tamer?
when man, that would have been
Or
That
Jericho
would have been
came
such a
99.
banger right there.
That
boys.
would have been
That would
banging.
have
Yeah.
been a
that would have been a
bangers.
hell of a match.
That would
You
have
know,
been a
Owen Hart
bangers.
never even crossed my mind on here, but I'm going through. There's so many that Owen Hart could have had good matches.
Oh,
with.
he could,
Him
with
and
all the new
AJ.
guys.
Him and AJ would.
Him and AJ would have put a barn
Him and
burner
Seth.
on there. Seth, I mean,
Chris Candido.
Yep.
Yeah.
Go back and look at before Body Donnas. Chris
Oh, yeah, he
Candido.
was-
Oh yeah, yeah,
go.
yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
ECW.
ECW, yeah.
Chris Candido.
Smoky
I
Mountain.
mean,
yeah.
another one that I would think would be a no-brainer too, from a technical aspect, would be Bret Hart and Kurt Angle.
Yep.
I had that on my list too.
I have
That
not
would
one
be
Bret
fire
Hart.
right
I have
there.
not one Bret Hart match on my.
I was
list.
thinking the Hart Foundation versus Flair and Arn too. I think that would be a cool.
yeah.
Because like you'd have Brett and Rick, and then you'd have Arn and Anvil. I mean, I know the Brainbusters were a tag team, but
Yeah.
I would have loved to have seen Flair.
That's a
and,
yeah.
See,
Flair
was
and Brett
totally-
never really did do a lot.
No.
I mean, if anything.
So I had CM Punk versus Ric Flair.
Yeah.
Ooh, oh yeah.
Imagine the promos.
I have
for
Bryan
that.
Danielson versus Ric Flair, but I think Flair would be handling the bulk of the promo work.
Oh, yeah.
there.
Oh,
Yeah,
for
that's,
sure.
that's why I put
Bryan-
Bret Hart versus
Bryan can't talk
Bryan
like that
Danielson
well.
because it would have been like just decent promo work. But
Flair
just-
would have
but the
showed,
match-
he would have ate him up.
Yeah.
That'd have been a 60-minute Iron Man match
Yeah.
in a heart. Yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
Has Cena and Flair ever wrestled each other one-on-one?
No.
I don't think they
so.
never crossed paths.
Yeah, probably. That would have been a good one too.
Yeah.
Yep.
I got another. This is another. It's a faction type. I've got 4 Horsemen, the OG 4 Horsemen, original Arn and Tully and Ole and Flair versus Evolution. Now, I don't know how they're gonna pull that off with Flair on both sides, but
He'll have to do a double cross.
double cross.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's gonna do that anyway. Probably.
I would not if you did Evolution Flair versus old Flair.
Yeah, yeah.
But
No, that would be good. That
Yeah.
would be really good right there. That would be really, really good.
I got a Stone Cold one. Stone Cold versus Randy Orton.
Yep.
That didn't happen. That didn't happen. Wow.
You're right. They kind of just missed each other.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I said Hogan.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. He's glitching out over there.
Stone Cold wasn't wrestling at that time. He wasn't active. He was there,
They
but he
just
wasn't
missed-
active.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. I got Ron Simmons versus Bobby Lashley.
Oh, yeah.
The physicality of that match. I mean, the promo work wouldn't be phenomenal or anything,
Ron
but you
Simmons
could have.
he beat the fuck out.
But
of
you
him.
could have Teddy Long on
Yeah.
Ron Simmons' side, and you could have MVP on Bobby Lashley's side.
You just made me think of a tag team right there with the Acolytes versus the Steiners.
I was thinking Acolytes versus somebody. I was trying to piece them together. On the way over here.
That would be a.
I'm marinating on that. Yeah, that sounds
They
good,
would
yeah.
beat the hell out of each other.
Both of those matches y'all both just said. I'm sorry, marinating.
You
on
said the,
both
you said the
of that
Steiners.
stuff.
Oh, that would be a
Yeah.
really good
Yeah.
one.
And I also have Road Warriors versus the Dudleys because we never got that match either.
Yeah, both. Oh, yeah.
And there was a time when the Road Warriors were in ECW briefly, but they never got a chance to cross
Yeah.
paths. I mean, Dudleys weren't who they were at that
Yeah.
point when they were there either. So
Another fire one. Here you go. We're going to do this deal. Triple threat, tag team match, right? It'd be 3 tag teams. TLC match. Edge and Christian, Hardys, and Usos. Now, I know the Edge and Christian and Hardys have been in it before.
Yeah, but still,
You
though.
throw the
Throw
Usos,
them
in there.
Usos in there,
I think it'd be
though.
fire.
Yeah.
I had Hardys with RVD and Sabu and like a TLC.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go.
that's fire.
I got Big Papa Pump
Yep.
versus the Beast, Brock Lesnar.
You know, it's funny you say that because I have Brock versus Braun Breaker.
I was going to say that, but I was like, is Braun Breaker a little small for Brock? But
Oh,
like,
he would. I think
I don't think he's too small.
no.
We
we
That
might
might
get
happen.
that one.
We
That
could-
might
we
happen.
could-
Yep.
I got a Brock one then.
Go ahead.
I know they wrestled once in OVW, but we're not counting Brock versus Batista.
Yeah.
Oh, that's when he fought Leviathan. It was Leviathan.
Leviathan, yeah.
It was in OVW.
I've watched
but
it
we're
on
not counting
YouTube,
that, but
yeah.
I wish they'd
Prime
release that.
Batista though. 05
Prime
Batista.
Batista,
Fucking-
Prime Brock.
You give me any Brock Lesnar. It don't matter if it's
Yeah,
03 Brock Lesnar
or
or
the-
12 or 20, whatever.
An hour ago.
An hour ago.
Yeah. But that would be fire for sure.
Brock and Jacob Fatu.
Oh, yeah. You go.
Well, I was gonna say that, but I don't.
Can you
I don't know
imagine
enough
that
about
pop?
the Jacob Fatu dude.
He
yet.
is.
Can you imagine that pop if let's just say Brock shows up at the Rumble
Oh, it's gonna be.
and Jacob Fatu is going to be one of the final 4 without a doubt.
I'm telling you, Chad. You need to
Dude, you
watch.
watch him.
Has
Just
he
watch
got
his
matches
promo
on
from
WWE?
Saturday night.
He just comes on there and just whoops everybody.
Watch his promo from Saturday night. He
Yeah.
instantly became a star.
It
He did a promo walking to the ring last night.
Yeah.
Well,
Forget the
He's
I
been
love
doing it on
you
SmackDown
solo.
stuff,
He
yeah.
told-
Forget the I love you solo.
He said, "Braun, I'm going to beat your ass from post to post." And then,
On NBC from coast to coast.
Yeah.
Did he whoop him?
Oh, beat the fire.
He beat Braun Breaker.
beat the
Chad,
no, Braun
he's
Strowman.
been
Strowman.
in
Braun Strowman.
He's been in jail like 3 different times in real life.
Is he part of?
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
a modern day
Bloodline.
New
Yeah.
Jack.
He's
He's better than he'll
the
kill
King,
New Jack.
What was the King?
Did you say Jacob Fatu and New Jack?
I'll see your New Jack, and I was going to say New Jack for my next one. New Jack and Virgil.
Oh, yep.
Battle of the meat sauce. Breadsticks, all. R.I.P. They're battling for meat sticks or meat sticks. They're battling for breadsticks and meat sauce in heaven right now. R.I.P. to both of them.
You know, they ain't want New Jack stabbed him with something for them.
He gonna stab him with the fucking pasta fork.
Yeah.
I know we don't. I know we don't typically talk about women wrestling at all here, but I'm talking Sherry versus Charlotte.
Yeah.
Sherry versus
Charlotte.
I almost said Alundra Blaze versus Charlotte. I think that matches.
But you know what? Here's what I don't like
How
about
about
Alundra.
Jazz though?
Jazz had her 15 minutes of fame, 80 episodes.
Did you say Nia Jax versus Rikishi?
Yeah.
Dude, I saw the funniest clip. I saw the funniest clip. I don't know what it was from. It was on Facebook, and it was Lil Nate trying to pick up.
Yeah, you see
Why was he doing that? Why didn't he just? What was he doing?
I seen that.
Oh, she got hurt. He was trying to get her out of the ring.
I seen that.
Fake
Yeah.
hurt or real hurt? He couldn't pick her up, boy. He was scrubbed, son.
All right, so if we're doing okay, let's talk about Lil Nate. If Lil Nate was in the ring right now, wrestling against another,
Spike Dudley. Lil Nate and Spike Dudley is the only match you booked.
Or
Gilbert.
Triple threat. There you go.
all right, let's get back on track here. Okay, Kurt Angle versus Kenny Omega. That's the only AEW person I have on here except for like Darby Allin, but Kenny Omega,
That's a really good match right
Kurt
there.
Angle.
Yeah.
I almost did the Young Bucks and Rockers.
I thought about them too.
Yeah.
Another fire women's match would be Gail Kim and Charlotte. Gail
Yep.
Kim
She can go.
She was so dope in
Gail Kim
TNA,
can
bro.
Did
go.
y'all say Charlotte versus not Charlotte? Sorry, Rhea versus China.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, that would be a good one. That would be a good one. Both of them could compete for the world heavyweight title right now. Do you think they would ever put the world heavyweight title on Rhea? Now, this day and age?
No, just because the women's.
No, they were building up the women's.
Yeah, it's
division.
actually
They got the
taken
women's
serious
intercontinental
Yeah.
Well,
congressional
like
belt
TNA
now.
did it
I was
with
like,
Tessa
what?
Blanchard. They put the TNA title on Tessa Blanchard.
Yeah, but at that time, TNA
TNA?
they were going through
yeah,
a struggle.
she was the TNA world champion.
Yeah, that was when TNA was about dang near folded.
Yeah.
Now TNA is thriving. Thank God for their partnership with NXT. This is awesome.
That's gonna be great.
It's gonna
Great.
be, oh yeah, it's gonna be fantabulous.
Yeah, I want to see AJ cross back over. I want to see that.
I'd like to see
Yeah.
Moose show up in the Rumble and be in a stare down with one of the beasts.
I think you're gonna see. I think you're gonna see a lot of TNA crossover this year in the in the Rumble.
Joe Henry.
What's her name?
He wants
I think
Cena.
she's coming
He's great.
full-time to
I think him and
WWE
Cena should
now.
go.
Jordan Grace.
Yeah, Jordan Grace is signed with WWE.
And I think they'll tease that at the Rumble. I think you'll get that tease. You'll
Well,
get Joe
did
Henry
you
and,
hear him? He called out Cena.
Yeah, I think you'll get that.
Yeah.
What if that's the number 16, the TNA title?
Oh,
What if that's it?
No, they don't count.
It does count.
world
It's a
title?
world.
That's a world title.
Man. Get that guy.
Hey, if Jerry Lawler can be a 172-time world champion, then anybody can. So.
give the GOAT the 16th, man. That's the GOAT right there. I'll argue with anybody.
Cena.
Yes.
Oh, I mean, it didn't. There wasn't.
I ain't saying the greatest wrestler. I'm just saying
I mean, he held the company for like.
that's the reason why.
He was that guy.
Yeah.
No, very few people ate during Cena's era. Same with Hogan. Very few people ate. If you look at, and this is the only thing I can say about Austin not being the GOAT was so many people were world champion during Austin's era. He had a 3-year run that was unbelievable. But him being like the GOAT, there was so many world champions during that time. Taker, Kane, Triple H, Rock.
Yeah.
So many of them.
I don't think Austin necessarily had an era. It was only a couple of years.
You're
Eras are like
absolutely right.
longer.
But it was so important those 2 years. I think it stood out above. If you look at that, you put him in the same pillar you put Hogan, or you put Cena, or you put this day and age now with Roman. You put him in that because those 2 years or 3 years were so
Oh,
huge.
it was everything for the whole entire sport.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And just
Merchandise,
like you said, just in
everything.
case, like he was the leader of an era and a generation of all the names you just said,
Yep.
and then you throw in, the Goldbergs and the
Yep.
NWO, all of the WCW, all of the 8.9 million ratings and
Yep.
Sable and all this China. There was such a huge thing back then. It was just bigger than life,
Yep.
man. And it was he was the leader of
That 3 years seemed like forever.
And I mean,
Yeah,
just imagine
sure.
the promos if you had Cena and Stone Cold.
Oh, dude.
Because Cena, because
98
nobody's
Stone
eating
Cold
Cena
and
on
05 Cena.
Yeah,
I
no
mean-
one's eating Cena. Like The Rock couldn't even take Cena.
Right.
Nobody would.
Right.
Like,
But it would just be fun. That would be a dream match.
well, that's why
and
that
the
whole
promos
Punk and Austin Dream thing would have been good. 'Cause
Yeah.
the way they're both
I had
characters would
them
have
on the
offset.
list, too.
Yeah, it would have offset each other promo wise, and the match would be great. You know,
Without a doubt, I think so.
Oh yeah.
Let's do another triple threat. I've got Demolition, I've got New Day, and I've got the Freebirds, all 3-man teams.
What a wildly all over the place match, and I like that. Actually.
Yeah, you're
Like, I'm
covering
sitting
it,
here thinking- yeah, you really did. That's like a really
The
good
3-man team.
creative.
Yeah.
Well,
How I love that one. And what if you had like before that one, you had a barn burner that was the Natural Disasters versus Men on a Mission.
Yep. I like
And
it.
you got Arthur,
on a mission.
what's the manager's name?
Oscar.
And you got Oscar in their corner, and you got Jimmy Hart in the other corner.
Oh my God!
I'm just saying.
well,
man.
I think you lead off the card with Bastion Booger versus Barry Horowitz.
You gotta have a good opener. You know.
or Bastion Booger versus
That
who's
one won't be
who's that big Otis dude?
That won't even be televised.
Booger
Hey,
versus
Otis will run him through the ringer. Otis ain't no
Otis is the real
joke.
deal.
But one match that we never got during the Attitude Era that baffled me was The Rock versus Shawn Michaels.
Yep.
We never got that match during the Attitude Era.
Just because, well, it was just one of those things where like, Shawn Michaels was on his way. He was hurt when Rock was coming
I
up.
think it was something personal because
It was a personal thing.
you watch
I
the
heard
Young
about
Rock
it, yeah.
show. There's a segment in there where he's talking about someone mistreating him in the locker
It
room.
was Shawn Michaels.
But they didn't. They even like displayed a different character just to try to not put it on Shawn
know
Which
Michaels.
for
would
a fact
make
it was
sense
Shawn
because
Michaels.
'96 is when Rock debuted, and that's when Shawn Michaels was a super douchebag.
Because
Yeah.
he said Bret Hart was the one that was the nicest to him.
Yep.
During that time, he said it was Shawn Michaels was kind of negative towards him.
Yep.
And Bret
'Cause-
had a long talk with him and reassured him everything was gonna be okay.
Yeah.
SummerSlam '96 isn't that when he fought Vader and did all that stupid shit?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Rock debuted in Survivor Series '96. I guarantee you that was all that same.
But he talks
era
about it
song.
briefly in the Young Rock show, and even the person that displayed the person who was giving him trouble wasn't even accurate. They just did that to
Yeah.
throw people off. They didn't want to make it obvious. But
That makes sense.
Sean was a POS.
Oh yeah, that's
The biggest ever.
you know, I just
so
lied.
good though.
I lied to you guys. I did have a Hogan, a Hogan. I did have a Hogan match on here. It was Hogan and Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
I did have that. Yeah.
I had one that did happen.
No, that's a good.
It's not. Now that I say it out loud,
It wasn't that. I just.
Jordan. He hunted.
I love the very unorthodox dream matches. Like,
No, yeah, it's just because it's
processing
Hogan.
it.
We're like,
now that,
it's Hogan.
now that I say it out loud, it's a terrible idea.
No.
It's not gonna work for me,
I don't
bro.
think it
No,
is
it was
at
just the
all.
way Brandon Deej said. Huh.
I know. I just wasn't expecting.
No, I wouldn't either. But I mean, sure.
I think that's a great idea, honestly.
Yeah, like if you have like red and yellow Hogan, like vitamins, prayers Hogan
Versus the
and you got
Canadian Kevin Owens.
you got Kevin Owens is just like, I don't care about any of that. America versus Canada, dude. I like that.
Got that, dude.
I got that.
I don't have Hogan for any.
That's good. I shouldn't either. That was a
No,
terrible
but
idea.
that made a great moment for the podcast. Shout out to Hogan.
I had a Hogan one, but it did happen, but it didn't happen when it was supposed to. Hogan versus Flair at WrestleMania 8.
That should have happened. Should have happened.
Well, the thing about that
found-
is Flair would have had to punch down
Yep.
in that match so bad.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
In the sense of like just from a standpoint of
He would have
He would have
It would have been the
sold-
Shawn Michaels. He would have
Yeah, he would've
oversold
sold-
everything. It would have looked
because
way
Hogan
too
wouldn't have let anything slide.
it's available. Just look YouTube. But they had a lot of house matches,
shows,
and
yeah.
they didn't do good.
Yeah.
No.
And they were just
Probably
That's
for
why
that
I
reason,
think.
too.
That's
Probably
why I
because he
think
wouldn't-
you'll get that Joe versus Cena tease moment at Mania to see if there is any money there. They'll interact with each other. You'll get Joe Henley, you'll get Cena, and then the crowd will pop, and then because he's already called out Cena,
Yeah.
and WWE will see if there's money there, and they'll be like, maybe we ought to go down this road at some point this year.
Cena's winning the title this year, dude. I'm marking it.
I'm here for
I
it.
agree with you. I
don't
think
think
it's
He's
gonna
winning the Rumble, damn it.
Yeah.
That's my.
I hope he does.
It's
I'm
so-
pulling for
I
Cena all
was-
year.
Only up until like yesterday, I had Punk winning the Rumble, and then there's been like rumors of like Punk and Roman Reigns at Mania. So like I feel like if they're gonna WrestleMania, then I don't think neither one of them will win the Rumble.
You don't think it's
man.
going to be Rock and Roman anymore?
I don't think the Rock.
No, I don't think The Rock.
I thought they were going to do
I heard The
something
Rock's
on
having it.
Netflix, and he didn't do nothing.
He
I
had
thought he
to-
was going to turn on him or something.
Yeah, I think that what I was hearing, The Rock.
Put the Olafala on him. And
Yeah, he's having to do some
yeah,
reshoots
whatever it
for
was.
Moana,
Yeah.
so it took him out of doing Mania stuff.
Yeah, I
So
think that was a missed opportunity. Should have happened last year.
it should have happened last
Should
year.
have happened
Disney
last
bag.
year.
Can't turn on that Disney
They didn't
bag,
need the
dude.
title. They didn't need the title. Cody could have won it before Mania. It didn't matter, but I get it. One of the moments.
So I don't know. I still, for me right now, I still have Punk winning the Rumble.
I'm jumping off yours. I'm going Cena, and then him going after Gunther, and the build up for Gunther and Cena going to Mania.
Yeah,
I think it'd be great.
Sign me up because Gunther needs some help with his promos.
I have a dream match on here
He
for
is
Gunther.
struggling.
I'm a fan of Gunther. I think he is great.
He's great
a
in
great
the ring.
champion. His promo does need a little bit of work. I think he'd
but
better
if you put him
served
with
a
Cena,
manager.
if you put him with Cena, will make him better.
Well, even his promos just sound weird when he's trying to like make fun of somebody. It's just odd. I have him in a dream match with William Regal.
Oh yes.
I think
I
those
was going to
two
say Nikolai
together.
Volkov. American prideful Nikolai Volkov. But Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
American flag on a pole match.
Well, it was supposed to
Best
be.
wrestler of all time, Nikolai
He's one of the
Volkov.
worst wrestlers of all time.
No,
But before the Brock stuff happened last year, it was going to be Gunther and Brock at WrestleMania. That was already penciled in. Yeah, that was supposed to happen.
that could have happened.
I had Gunther and Bret Hart
That would
in
be
an
fantastic.
Iron Man, 60-minute Iron
That would
Man
be
match.
fantastic.
Ooh,
Yeah.
wee.
You know what I think would be a good match? I think Ricky Morton versus Robert Gibson would be the best match ever. The winner gets a triple cheeseburger
But I mean,
and a
who's
Smoky Mountain championship title. Yeah, that's the only two people that ever needs to fight.
Tracy Smothers is a special guest referee. Oh boy.
I hate my life.com. The website I'm working on, y'all.
Just get my cheeseburger.
I don't know how I missed this one on my list. I think we were talking about the Usos. I got the Usos versus the Samoan SWAT team, the original Bloodline match. Let's go with that one. Let's go with Samoan SWAT team versus the Usos. Two different styles.
What about the head shrinkers?
that's
Dude,
Samoan
that-
SWAT
oh,
team?
is
Pretty
it?
much the
Yeah.
same team,
Pretty much.
different
Yeah.
name.
Yeah. The Islanders, head shrinkers, they're
Yeah.
all, same people. Yeah.
Quang.
That'd be a good one.
Quang. Quang. Oh my God, dude. Anybody got anything they missed?
Um,
Oh, I got
Other
one
than
more
John
that I still
Gonzalez
have
and
on
Great
here.
Khali.
Okay. I only got one I didn't mention. Well, two actually.
Yep.
Brock Lesnar, Ken Shamrock.
oh yeah.
I see that rise. All right. Okay.
That should that
I didn't even. That's a damn good.
Did y'all say Prime Sting and Shawn Michaels? Did anybody say that?
No, nobody.
Nah,
said
but
that was
I
good.
tell you
That'd
what,
be
though.
good,
That
too.
would have been a good one.
In all seriousness, though, when I was a kid, like 95, 96, the first time I ever had a dream match pop in my head was that match.
Really?
Yeah.
like that version Sting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
It-
97 Shawn Michaels or something.
yeah,
Yeah.
that I'm talking like this was like 95 for me. I remember just like buying Pro Wrestling Illustrateds and just big nerd wrestler dude. Yeah, and that was like my first time I thought about a match I really wanted to see, and it was them two.
I got two more that I haven't mentioned. I'll mention these last two. Triple H versus Harley Race. Triple H versus Harley Race.
Harley Race.
And then Sid Vicious versus Braun Strowman.
Sid Vicious, dude. Braun Strowman. Yeah, that would be a good one. A good big versus big. A big versus big.
Vicious versus Braun.
That would be
Who gets hurt first?
one of the worst matches
I should have ended with Harley Race and Triple H.
Only if they could come out to the Pink Panther theme song.
Oh,
dude. That would be the only way I would watch that match, dude.
We were actually talking about that song today, like the Pink Panther song that I did.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. Me and Pudgy were talking about that. Shout out Pudgy, by the way. If you were ever in need of a custom golf cart, go see Pudgy if you're in Clarksville, Tennessee.
Golf cart.
But we were talking about that. I said, I think Brady D might be the only person that has a copy of that song.
I have it. I do have it. And if
We're not gonna
How
come out to
much?
that one though.
How much for it? How much?
for TikTok iPhones, swap it for the Pink Panther song.
Jeez.
So.
I have two more. This one's kind of off the wall. It's one of my favorite WCW wrestlers, the Ultimo Dragon, versus the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson.
Good one there.
Yep.
too.
That'd be a fantastic match.
And then
Wow.
Randy Orton versus Prime Jake the Snake Roberts.
And,
I think
yeah.
those two.
I had that on here.
Yep.
Talking about Viper Randy.
I did have that. I had that
Legend
on my list.
killer
RKO
Randy Orton.
versus DDT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had that on
That
my
would
did.
be
list.
fire.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I think they did have a altercation one time.
Yeah, they
but
came out
it,
on
but
Raw.
it was old.
Jake
It
way
was
later.
old.
It was
Jake
Legend
actually.
Killer Randy Orton.
Yep.
Jake came out on Raw.
Yeah,
They
okay.
did the old school Raw. That's what
Yep.
it was.
Oh,
Old school
okay.
Raw.
Yeah.
but it would have been cool to see
The
him in
episode
their
when
prime.
Jake Roberts put that snake on Dean Ambrose.
Yes.
And you can see
Yes.
him not trying not to smile.
Yes,
'cause it's
yeah, that was
walking
it.
out
That
so
was
bad. Yeah, that was funny. My last one on mine is just the one that we all talked about in the attitude era. I mean, it's common sense. It was Goldberg and Austin.
Yeah.
Should have happened.
Yeah.
That's the one we all wanted.
Yeah,
Same
yeah.
with the Brock.
But
and
did
all
we
that.
really want that though?
No,
Like,
it's just at that time.
Well,
they-
back then,
they
When
were the
we
two
were
biggest
kids,
on-
when we were when we
Yeah.
were at that age, we wanted.
They were
it.
just the two biggest.
We
on-
wanted
on
Brock
the thing.
versus Goldberg, and you saw what happened with that.
Yeah,
I mean, it
well,
was a
I
shit.
didn't.
that would have been
wanted Rock
better
and
if they
Austin.
weren't both leaving. I think that would have been a better match.
I
if
want to
they-
rock Austin when they were both on top of their game at the same time.
Oh, yeah,
and,
for sure.
and other companies.
Yeah.
That would have been fantastic. I don't know. It just they were both so big at the time. They kind of had the similar look. It just would have been our era.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, yeah.
Battle of the goatees.
Battle of the Black Trunks.
Yep.
And the Black Boots.
Black Boots, Black Boots. I watched a house show the other day of Shawn Michaels in Austin. When Austin first got to WWE, he was $1 Million champion, and Austin was wearing white boots.
with the green
Weird,
trunks.
weird looking. Yeah,
Oh, the Ringmaster?
It was it was real. It was weird looking.
Yeah.
like, strange. I was like, wow.
He wore white boots with the Hollywood Blondes.
Well, yeah, that was different though
Yeah,
because
yeah. That's when he had hair. He had the long.
Yeah,
he had
but
the
to come
long
out the whole ringmaster thing was odd.
It was bad.
It was terrible.
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 You know what's not terrible? 99 episodes of Over the Top has been
Yep.
completed.
We done it. We did it.
Great.
Next week we will officially be at 100 episodes, guys. We haven't
It's-
missed a week.
Wow.
It's
Any
100
teasers
weeks
for the
straight.
100th episode? Any teasers?
we're all gonna be in
maybe-
house.
I got a teaser for it. I got some shit to say.
We're gonna try to get a lot of the guests from the previous 100 episodes that we've had to kind of pop in, even if it's just for a few minutes.
Yeah.
That'll be crazy.
Yeah. It'll be a lot
So
of fun.
it'll be fun. It'll be a remote episode like last week. We're gonna probably do some of those in between. We can get opportunities for more guests that way.
It worked out really well. I really enjoyed how last week's episode.
Yeah,
came
and it's
out
more and it's
everything.
more
turned out
convenient for
great.
people where
It
people have to
turned
get
out
out and
great.
drive and stuff. And,
Yeah.
but it's cool. We're still gonna be doing these obviously, but to mix those in is dope.
Yeah, but it's like you said, we can't thank y'all enough for coming up on 100 episodes. It's crazy. 100 weeks we're coming up on in a row. It's
unbelievable.
it's unreal. It's just the commitment to it and everything. We can't thank you two enough for coming on with us.
it's-
Jordan, Squints, Mel coming on with us.
Yep.
Chance for helping out with us with everything. It wouldn't be. We wouldn't make it to this far along if it wasn't for everybody that's
it's
been
been
involved with it.
Every time I get a chance to sit at this table, it's just a blessing. I love it. So thank you guys.
I've gained 2 new friends out of this podcast of us filming this podcast.
Dog, I've been here 25 plus episodes. We're not friends anymore.
We're
family.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
family.
Exactly.
I got 20
mean,
years invested with these guys.
Yeah.
I mean, and I've known of Chance longer than I've known Chance. So
yeah.
yeah, it's family. It ain't. We're not friends.
Damn right.
This was my MySpace friend, Joe.
Was I in the top 8 though?
Do we have like
Check
top
out my
20s?
top
Yeah,
eight.
Brandon,
Yeah.
Brandon was in like my top 2 on MySpace.
Yeah.
We had the top 20s, dog.
Man,
And Brandon said, "Huh."
Well, that's because
He was at the top of my top 8.
no. So here, I'm gonna tell you what.
I
Here's
hope
why. Here's why. Because it was Brandon E. Then it would be C-Dub and Brandon E. And then it would be Southern Gentleman, which had Brandon E. And it
We did have our own CW and Brandon E page, didn't we? I forgot about that.
We ran out.
I'm
By
telling
me,
you,
I mean me.
I'm telling you, we need to
forgot about
sue. We need to sue MySpace for back royalties. That's what we
Oh
need.
my God, I would have a little money in my pocket. If that was the
We need to
case.
sue them for
Shout
back
out
royalties.
MySpace. Shout out the sponsors too. Trouble Spirits.
Revolution One Media.
Yep. The Gaggle of Wrestlers. And,
Gaggle.
We out this
guys, next time we see y'all, we're gonna have triple-digit episode numbers.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So, by the way, Brady and Moss available for pre-save now. Go get that.
Yes.
Get
Album
that.
month. That's album number 2 and 12
Album
this
number
year.
2.
Yeah.
We love y'all, man.
Out this motherfucker.
Peace.
Oh,